Hey everybody, I'm Randy Mann, and this is How Do You Hot Rod.
Down here at Boise at Firebird Raceway, right here. First time I've ever been down here to Firebird Raceway, and this is amazing. It's been a couple of years since we've had some racing up at Spokane Raceway, so this is about the next closest thing I could go to. Got some friends that are down here. We'll have to check them out. Here comes another episode of How Do You Hot Rod. Jim, thanks for taking a couple minutes to let me interview you here about your truck, or a Econoline?
Econoline truck.
All
Yep.
right. Well, what's your name? Where are you from again?
Jim Tattersall from Eden, Idaho.
Okay. And explain this.
Well, we ran a Vega for over 20 years, and it was, kind of a unique car. And then there's 100 Vegas out there now. So
Yeah.
when I totaled it, I wanted to build something different.
Okay.
And I've only seen one other Econoline on the track. And so when we built this, I wanted it to be unique, maybe a little bit old school. That's why the pipes are up the back. The engine's moved back forward. It's a wheel stander that is a lot of fun to ride.
I bet.
You're sitting on the front wheels, and so when it goes up, you're way up there.
Man.
So that was the idea.
Okay.
Was a fun build to build. I do everything myself. A buddy of mine had it in up in Hayden Lake. I knew it was up there. I finally talked him into letting me use it.
Okay.
I was going to buy it from him, and he said, if you're going to build a race car, you can have it. So he had sandblasted it.
Okay.
And so I just left the patina on there. I'll never paint it.
I like it.
That goes back to the little old school.
Yep.
And so that's where we were headed with the whole thing. Yeah, it's got a 680 horse small block Chevy, 400 dart block. The truck's pretty heavy.
Okay.
So that motor was in my 41 Willys coupe, and it ran 940s.
Oh, see, I like you already.
This is about 1,000 pounds heavier, so it's down to, it'll run 1080s.
Okay.
But it's a blast to drive. It's getting consistent. We've only been running it about a year and a half, so we're doing a lot of fun with it.
Now, how long have you been racing?
About 25 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was it just the Vega and this?
I had Vegas. I have a 200-mile-an-hour dragster sitting at home. We went through a couple of 632 motors in 1 month, so we thought, let's put things on hold here and rebuild some motors and run this for a while. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah. So on the front it says Monk.
Monk.
Where did that come from?
Well, have you ever seen the show Monk?
Absolutely, with Tony
Okay.
Shalhoub.
Well, this thing, if you don't do everything the same every run, it is not consistent.
Okay.
You got to stage it. It's a little OCD, a little ADD, kind of like the driver at times. So, yeah, that's where the Monk comes from.
Now, you said you have a nickname.
Tater.
Tater.
Everybody calls me Tater. Yep.
All right.
The cool thing about this, we do the spring fling, and Kyle Seipel and Peter Biondo have a grudge race.
Okay.
And so Kyle used this against Peter down there in Vegas and beat him. And I'm sure glad we did that, because right after that we lost Kyle with cancer. And so I'm sure glad we did it, you know. But the truck's fun to ride.
Now you said you did something interesting with the bed here. It tilts.
Yeah, we made a tilt bed on it so we can get to the motor.
Okay. Yeah, because that's, you know, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
So we can get to the motor between rounds and do some checking on valves and stuff. So yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate
You betcha.
giving me a few minutes to talk about this.
You betcha. Glad
Very
you came by.
awesome.
Thank you.
Take a car and modify it.
Yeah.
Put a big block Chevy in it because you can afford it, and always throw Camaro bumpers on it. There you go.
I'm here with the Hitman Nitro Funny Car team. All right, guys, thanks for a little bit of your time. Tim, tell me who you got here.
It's a family friends operation.
Okay.
I do work for my kids, my dad, my brother, and friends.
All right.
It takes everybody to get it done. I can't do it by myself.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been racing?
I've been racing since 1994.
1994. All right. And have you gone through different cars, or have you always been Hitman, or?
No, not always been the Hitman. The actual team family name is East Motorsports. I started racing in '94 in Alcott Dragster. That's what I cut my teeth in. We raced that for a few years. I went stock car racing for a while, came back drag racing, and then decided to build a nitro funny car for everybody's been on board. Here we are, living the dream, killing parts.
All right. Now, you guys are out of Spokane area?
Spokane area.
Okay. All right. Well, let's introduce everybody. What's your name?
I'm Nick Pavlin, military background, started doing this when I was a kid with my dad. Did a little bit in high school, and then got out of the military, came home, and my friend asked if I wanted to go racing, and it was a chance to do something I always wanted to do, so here we are.
All right.
Riley Pavlin, his son, he kind of got into it, and I saw it and I wanted to do it, so they're nice enough to let me come and help out.
All right. Now, are you always been into cars, or?
I grew up with gearheads, so yeah, I've always loved cars. Just wanted to be around them.
All right. And you are?
Mason Eichstedt, son of Tim. I pretty much got into this as soon as he did. As soon as he started building this, I was in. I wanted to help out as much as I could, do what I could, and yeah.
Now, have you always been into cars?
Yeah, I've been big into them. I mean, he grew up racing, so I always loved it. I didn't know much about it when I was younger, but I was still into it as much as I could.
Do do you have a favorite car?
I can't say that I do.
Jack cars.
Yeah, you're kind of the Jack car.
I like to see the smoke that goes off.
Not
So
a
yeah.
Ford, a Mustang, a Camaro, Chevelle.
I think they all look good, and if you treat them right, they perform how they should.
Okay. And you are?
I'm Sean O'Neill. I'm friends with Tim. I've known him for probably 25, 26 years now.
Okay.
I grew up with his wife. I was best friends with her brother, so his brother-in-law. So we've known each other for a long time. So I grew up. My dad was an alcohol dragster, you know, back in the 80s, 70s, 80s.
Okay.
So I grew up watching him work on these cars and top fuel and everything else. I always wanted to do it. So as soon as I met Tim and found out he had an alcohol dragster, as soon as he offered me the option to go work on that car, I was all in. So then it gets this nitro methane to watch my dad be in the big events, working on the top fuel cars. So it was one of those things, being a little kid, just watching out there, you know, watching him work on the cars. Something I always wanted to do. Being at the airport, watching him go out on the plane, just, you know, little kids crying like, I want to go. So yeah.
And are you into certain cars, or what do you got?
Yeah, I'm kind of more of a Chevy guy. You know, so we run stock cars too as our O'Neill racing family. So I'm always busy. I'm always at the racetrack somewhere. So
Okay.
it's fun. I love it. No better place to be than the racetrack.
All right. And your name?
I'm Dad. My name's Cliff. My dad used to run circle cars back in the 50s. So got into it, get into racing. Me and my brother got into drag racing. And then in '94, this kid was just a pup, Tim. Bought an alcohol dragster, and here we are today.
Nice. And
Favorite car? Got too many to,
67 Chevelle SS,
Yeah.
96, 4.25 horse.
that'd be it.
Centurion Car Club. You know what your favorite car is.
Centurions?
Yeah.
Yeah. All my cousins were in Centurions.
Okay.
Yeah, way back.
All
when
had
he was
Chevelles.
Just a baby.
Yeah. Just a baby.
All right. And then back here.
So I'm Chris Eichstead, big brother to
Okay.
Tim, you know, oldest son here. So we've been, like you said, we grew up racing. I mean, '94 is when we started really drag racing, but we grew up the racetrack Saturday nights. There was many a nights we'd go out there and we'd actually pit crew on many cars that we'd just go up and, hey, we'll help out, and they'll let us run with them. And he'd be up there watching with his buddies, and Tim and I would be running through the pits, finding our own pit crew and working on cars.
The best daycare in the world is a racetrack.
Exactly, best day. So yeah, 94 we started. We bought the dragster, just been in there ever since. I think there's only been, I've been almost every race Tim's been at. I just make sure he's belted into the safety wise. That's number one for me, is make sure he's safe and go home at night. So like, we love it. Like Sean says, there's no better place to be. And the best part about it is it's nitro now, and we get fixes when we want. So, yep.
All right. Thank you. All right. And you are?
Jessica Eichstead, married to this man.
Okay.
Son, daughter.
All right.
Well, shoot, he's been doing this since I met him, which is what, 21 years ago. I have a very big love-hate relationship with this. I love the family aspect. I love all being together. The anxiety I have now with this car is something I've never experienced before.
Okay.
I'm the one who shakes, I'm the one who prays, I'm the one who cries. Why are you crying? It was a good run. It's so much, but it's his passion,
and you fully support it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No.
All
it
right.
makes him happy, so
Good.
yeah.
All right. And you are?
I am Faith Eichstead. I am Tim's second child. Basically, I grew up at the track. I remember hearing stories of being in my mom's belly as she's backing him down. So I grew up here. And people are always like, what are you doing this weekend? Like, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, nope, I'm going racing. I got plans, you know? And I don't know, it's it's like my mom said, it's a love-hate relationship. It's everyone knows in it, like, it's not a safe sport. So for my dad doing it, like, I gotta be there. Yeah.
It's safer than flying and driving on the streets.
Now, are you driving now?
Hopefully not now, but I hope to be in the driver's seat soon.
Okay. Did not find a single Buick down here at Firebird Raceway this weekend. Oh well, I found some cool stuff though. Got wheel stander Econoline truck. I even found, check this out, a Studebaker Lark. Check that out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of How Do You Hot Rod. Stay tuned for another one coming soon. Make sure you click that subscribe button on YouTube.